the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPhinsTalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Man, I got this touched up appearance on. Oh, let me turn this thing off. It got me looking like Shannon Sharp and Medea. Let me turn this off. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we back to normal. All right, y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel, man. I appreciate everybody who's here right now. I love you all. We got a lot to talk about. We want to kind of recap the collaboration with Omar Kelly and Alain Poupart. It was pretty dope. I want to give y'all my experience of it and tell y'all everything you need to know behind it. But again, make sure that you punch that like button on your way in the building. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank y'all so much. This stream is being powered by BetUS. Receive a 125% bonus. The link is in the description of the video, up to $2,500, not just on your first deposit anymore, but your first three deposits, okay? But you have to join using code JOIN125. It is in the description. Just follow that link. Use code JOIN125. You'll be able to take advantage of your first three deposits, receiving a 125% sign up bonus, ladies and gentlemen. BetUS has been a proud sponsor of TDPhinsTalk for the entire season and has started for the off season as well. We are beyond grateful for the opportunity to have a partnership with BetUS. So supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. And don't forget, BetUS is filled with more than just sports book, ladies and gentlemen. I love to sometimes highlight the fact that it also has the casino that you all love. Within the casino, if you're a blackjack tables guy, if you're a slots, poker, all of those type of things, those things are available as well on BetUS. So I know during the football season, we love being in the sports book, making our wagers on what's going to happen in the games, but never forget it has the casino race books as well. But when it does come to sports book, I know that a lot of you guys are NBA fans, and NBA is in full throttle right now. It also has the NFL futures as well. So take advantage of the opportunity with the sign-up bonus with code JOIN125. All right. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, and thank you for supporting our sponsor to help this channel do bigger and better things. All right. All right. So let's get into it, man. Y'all hit that like button, punch that like button. All right. Let me see how many likes we got so far. We got over 200 people in here on Saturday night so far. So make sure that you punch that like button. All right. Come on, y'all. We should have 100 likes, man. We should have 100 likes, and then we can get into it. All right. We can get into it. Hit that like button. Let me see if we got the 100. I'm just, your boy just be looking for the 100. 88. Come on now. Come on. Few more. All right. Oh man. Don't worry. We gonna talk about everything. All right. Y'all hit that like button though. Let's at least take care of the channel and do what we do. All right. All right. We're almost there. All right. All right, so we're good. Thank y'all. All right, let's go ahead and get started, okay? Um, First and foremost, it looks like I see the chat is going like absolutely insane. I know that I'm reading the chat and everybody's talking about the drama going on in the Dolphins community. Well, just FYI, TD has been on a business retreat, a business conference with Roundtable Sports. Me, Richie, and Dan, we flew down to Miami. Got a conference room, and we've been hammering out plans for the future of our company. And I haven't really been in the know of everything going on. But I did find out what was going on and had some conversations with gentlemen about it. Let me be clear. I want to say this to those who are watching me right now. Okay. I have gotten caught up on everything going on. Okay. I know everything going on. Let me say this, and I want to be clear. Okay. Because everybody's like, what's your position, TD? What's your thoughts? What's your blah blah blah? First and foremost, you all need to understand that I speak to both of these gentlemen. Both of these guys are friends of mine. Okay. um and at the end of the day, what a lot of you need to realize is it's sad because for some reason I'm always a part of the drama in the Dolphins community, even when I'm behaving like this time. um but this is one of the rare times that I get to sit back and see what's going on, even though I know all the details, 1000% of everything that has transpired that you all don't know. I know everything. Okay. But it's sad that I'm realizing now that, ladies and gentlemen, these are two grown men. Okay. These are two grown men that have already let everybody know how they feel about the situation. Okay. They've made it beyond clear how they feel about the situation. These theories and all of this stuff that's out here floating, especially including my name, but these theories that are floating out here, it's a shame. Everybody's trying to paint this picture of what's going on in X, Y, and Z. These are two grown men that have let everybody know how they feel. And at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, I have made a promise to myself to try my very best to stay out of drama moving forward. And this is as of last year. I try my very best to stay out of drama moving forward. Okay. I am not going to get into the details of what's going on because this is a lot of things that none of you know that are actually going on either side, even though there's a lot of speculation out here. Okay. Um, do I like that this is happening? Not at all. Not at all. Okay. At the end of the day, I've gotten to know Barry recently on a personal level, and he's somebody who I consider a friend and I'm cool with. And Dudley Do Wrong, that's my brother. That's my brother from another mother. I think he's made that clear as well. I ride with my guy no matter what. Doug, at the end of the day, he knows how I feel about any and everything whenever it comes to him. And then when you have someone like me who associates with both guys, it's like the only thing you can do is stay out of the business. And that's the proper thing to do. Okay. Um, and those are two grown men. Let them deal with what they have to deal with. And at the end of the day, if I am to offer any type of suggestion, I hope that they eventually can figure it out, or just leave each other alone, because at the end of the day, what are we all here for? We're here to talk football. We're here to enjoy good honest debate. We're here to uplift our team and try to get them to figure out what it takes to win, all of that stuff. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to focus on moving forward, because in the past, I've gotten myself in a lot of back and forth with certain people and things of that nature, and it's not productive for anyone. It's not good for anyone. So at the end of the day, man, I've been trying my very best. And I may fall short at times, but I've been trying my very best to not be a part of dramas when people, this and that and this. I just try my very best not to be a part. If they ask me how would I handle or what I suggest, I will give them what I think, and let them know that I love them, no matter who it is. So yeah, that's listen, that's that's their business, from my perspective. But they did put it out in the world, so you all can do what you want with it. You're allowed to. They put it out in the world, but for me, knowing both gentlemen, I just stay clear of it. I stay clear of it, and it is what it is. It's not my place. I would be crossing lines on either side if I was to really, really, really get involved. So those guys then not asking nobody to pick sides. So I don't think it's fair for anyone else to be asking people to pick sides. You do as you choose based off of the information that you have received as an individual. And it's that simple. That's how it should be. That's how it always should be. All right. And again, I'm focused on what I got going on. I'm trying to do, bigger and better things over here with with TDPhinsTalk for my family. God is good. God is blessing me. God is showing up in my life, and I'm just so blessed, and I'm just grateful to God that He is giving me opportunities. Okay. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't have time for it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have time for it. Okay. Listen, I have zero time for that whole situation. Okay. You all have heard what both parties had to say. And at the end of the day, you all control what you want to support. You all control what you want to support. And another thing, between me and you all, If I felt some type of way or didn't like or liked something that someone said in this situation, that's between me and them. So people like TD, you need to address this. No, I don't, especially not in public with two friends. If I say, hey, I didn't like that you did this, hey, I didn't like that you did that, that's between us. That's that's as far, and you all would never know. So at the end of the day, when people come out and speculate, that's it's ridiculous. Okay. But that's the way things are supposed to be. Okay. That's the way, and I already know. Yeah, it's people in the chat saying I'm on a side or something like that. I am on a side. I'm on God's side. I'm on TD's side. I'm on my family's side. That's the only side that matters. This ain't even none of my business. And I don't even understand how I got dragged in it. And I think a lot of people, because of the most recent um I think because of the collaboration that happened recently. Okay. Um so let's get into the collaboration. Let's talk about the collaboration. And also, some of these people out here lying and spreading false rumors. When we talk about the collaboration, it will clear up some of these ridiculous rumors that I've been hearing the last 48 hours. Okay. So anywho, as you all know, I was privileged enough to be able to join the All Dolphins podcast recently with Omar Kelly and Alain Poupart. Barry was on the show with me as a guest as well. Um, First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the All Dolphins podcast. What y'all got to realize, what they're doing is phenomenal. Breaking through barriers, whether you agree with them or not. See, this is what it's always has supposed to been about in the content community. Differences of opinions coming together without hating each other and going at each other and fighting each other. This is what it has always supposed to have been about. Some people are capable of doing such and some people aren't. And that's just how it is. And I wish that our entire community was capable of it, because we wouldn't be doing anything but giving the best content ever. Do y'all know the power of the collaborations that we're missing out on because of certain people's behaviors and how they act and how they carry themselves and how they attack others? So at the end of the day, we're missing out on some fire content. But let me tell y'all something. Over here at TDPhinsTalk, I am going to always try my very best to deliver fire content with opposing views or other people if I can, because the good thing is, for the most part, I don't have an issue with many in the community at all, for the most part. Okay. And with that being said, I'm 95% of the time down to collaborate with people. I will collaborate with anyone who hasn't disrespected me. Okay, it's that simple. All right. It ain't even disrespecting me. I really don't even care about the disrespecting me, but as long as you haven't disrespected my family, I could collaborate with anyone. Okay. You could be someone who be like, TD don't never know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. He's a fool, buffoon, and all of that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I've never cared about what somebody else thought about me. And that's why I have a strong mental aptitude to be able to push on. Okay. It's none of my business what anybody else thinks of me, because I don't control my life. God does. All right. So with that being said, and ask any creator who's considered smaller than TDPhinsTalk, because I don't, look at the comparisons. I have collabed with people with 30 subs. I've collabed with people that have no subs and want to start their channel and they admire what I do, but they want their first episode to be with me. I have collabed with everyone who has asked, as long as you have never disrespected my family. It's that simple. Why? Because I believe in networking. I believe in relationships. I believe in camaraderie. I believe in togetherness, even if we disagree, even if you don't like the things that I may do or say. I believe in those things. And that's what it's supposed to be about. And that's why I commend Omar Kelly, Alain Poupart, going to different communities, bringing people in to have a conversation that otherwise wouldn't. And, and they're breaking barriers, and I love it. They're doing an amazing thing on their show. Okay. And I'm going to be honest, it's what the Dolphin community needs. I always say, y'all, go subscribe to everybody, go show love to everybody. It's what they need. Okay. It's what we all need. All right. But in this particular situation, over the years, a lot of people have been going back and forth and giving my takes to other people, and Omar and things of that nature. So Omar, he's been picking up on a lot of my takes lately. And kind of, feeling like, who is this guy spreading this crazy stuff out here? He's not the only one. That other guy, what's his name? Cameron Wolf or something like that, the guy that represents ESPN or something like that. He's put my name in his mouth, like, oh, this guy out here, this TD guy, he's, the hater and all. I've been labeled, some things in this community. I think we all know that. So, as my name spreads out there, whether it's good or bad, what it does, it fosters strong opinions. And for a long time, a lot of people have brought the things that I've said up in so many different platforms and communities. But, Omar, he, I think, took exception to one of the things that I was saying. And, he did question my journalistic integrity, which I don't consider myself a journalist, even though actually the definition of journalism, I'm technically still am one who produces content based off of news. But if you look it up, the definition, you'll understand. But he went on his radio show, he went on his podcast, basically kind of calling me out. But then he was also open-minded, which I respected. It's one thing to call me out and not know me, which I did feel like, dang, you're taking other people's opinion, that's kind of sad. But he also said, I'm willing to have a conversation with the guy. I'm not closed-minded. And there it was right there. That was the moment where I felt like, great, this is what it's supposed to be. You could think what I'm saying is totally idiotic. But as long as you're open-minded to hear the why behind what people say. I can go on Twitter right now and say something like the Dolphins need to bring Tannehill back. Everybody would go ballistic. But I might be able to make a point that make you say, I never thought about it that way. Even though I ain't got no point that'll make you feel that way about Tannehill. I'm just using this as an example. Oh, man, I'm just using it as an example. All right. So, but that's what it's about. But the world is so quick to take what's being said and pounce on it versus why did you say it? What made you say it? What has you thinking that way? A lot of people don't process the things that are being said or get the reasoning behind it, which could educate them to find, I never thought about that way of looking at it. Okay. So when he said he's open to having a conversation because he's not closed-minded, people went on Twitter and was like, oh, this would be crazy. And Omar just tweeted, he tweeted something and then I said space anytime or whatever. And he said to somebody else, I'm down for the conversation. But I've been warned of Mr. TD and all of that type of stuff. So it brought, and this is where I was kind of like, man, Omar's disappointing me because I actually think highly of Omar. I know he's a HBCU guy, went to FAMU, unfortunately. He's a Rattler. I'm a Wildcat from Bethune-Cookman University. But I kind of was like disappointed because I actually loved Omar's work for a long time. I still love his work, even though I disagree with a lot, some of it when it comes to Tua. But I was disappointed because he kept regurgitating things that others were saying about me. And I've always viewed him as somebody that will find out for himself first before he takes what someone else says. Now, he did say he's been warned about me in X, Y, and Z. But all of that was cleared up when he decided to hit Allen up and say, set it up. All of that went out the window because at the end of the day, you can hear what other people say, but you still need to find out for yourself. And that's where the commendable piece of it comes in. All right. Um, and yeah, the show, I do have a persona on Twitter as a troll, and I did say that myself, and I've never backtracked on that. I am on Twitter until last week when I did a live stream on this channel saying that I'm cleaning it up on Twitter. I really was just trying to get rid of all the people that can't do what I'm describing now, have an objective, open mind. I can't operate around those people. There's having no conversation with those people. If you realize in life, you cannot have a conversation, and do not try to waste your time with people that are closed-minded, that will not even try to listen to your perspective. They just hear the surface and you're dead to them. You can't talk to those people. So my timeline on Twitter was filled with those people. I would say something that I truly believed, and they would just run down my timeline. You troll. How could you say this and that, that and this? How could you believe this and that? Even though over time it's proven to be correct, some of the things I've said. But I was a troll. So what I did is said, okay, if you're going to call me a troll anyway, why don't I run right into that stigma and be the troll? And what happened was I got so many of them to block me, so many of them to mute me, that now I can have productive comments on Twitter and look at the comment section and get real conversation. I don't have issues all up in my comment section as much anymore because I've gotten those people to block me, and that was a self-cleanse. And now they come back to me like, I can't keep you on my timeline. Somehow or another, somebody requotes you or screenshots you anyway, and I see you. So I'm sorry for that. I can't help that. But anyway, we set it up. And you know what? Me and Omar, we were kind of taking shots at each other. Nothing over the line, but we were kind of taking shots at each other up until the moment where he said, let's set it up. And I'll tell you this is what I noticed. I saw a post of Omar's, and I gave that Kevin Hart look like, is that Omar talking negative about Tua? I gave that like Kevin Hart look. And he said, Mr. TD Phins don't want the smoke or something like that. And then he put a wrestling emoji like, bring it on. So, I saw that was the moment where he wanted to have a conversation and have some fun with it. So from that point, for the next 5 days, we had theatrics on Twitter. We were, I was putting wrestling memes like bring it on with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I noticed we knew what we were doing. We were marketing an opportunity to have a conversation without actually telling each other to do it. Everything he sent me was lighthearted and funny with the jab, and I would send him something lighthearted and funny with the jab. And the people were like, oh, I can't wait for this. And that's what it's supposed to be about. And we were doing this without saying, let's do this. It was innate, and I love that. So we were back and forth, and then eventually he said, Poupart set it up. So I got the message on what day is best for me. What day is best for me to set it up? And I told him my schedule, and it almost didn't work out. I kept saying, do y'all want to just do it next week? Because I got a business conference at the end of the week. I can't do it. And they were like, no, we got to do it. Then all of a sudden we came up with a date, and then they hit me back and said, well, we have to change the date because Barry can't do that date. I didn't even know Barry was going to be involved in it at the time. But then I was like, oh, okay. So what date is he available then? So we all figured out a date, and then we agreed on a date. I had to actually make a sacrifice on my own and said, okay, I'll do it on this date since that works for all of you guys. So that's how that began. So this, and I've seen people out here. Omar asked who he wanted on and all of this type of stuff. It's not my platform. It's not my platform to put anybody on or say, hey, I want this person on. I had no say in who was going to be on the show, and I don't mind who they Barry being on the show. But this narrative out here that this is that I choose this and that, it's just a pure lie. Okay. So with that being said, we did the show. I have to say this about the show. I wish it was longer. I wish it was longer. let me, before I go into some of the details of the show, let me say this. Um People are like throwing jabs at Omar, saying that TD ethered Omar. TD gave it to Omar. TD like, this wasn't a competition though, guys. It wasn't a case of, oh, I'm about to outdo him. That's not what it was. To be fair to Omar in this conversation, they asked us, what would we like to talk about? What are some of the things that you want to discuss? And as you notice, Alan in there, he kept saying, let's talk about this now. And TD, you go, because I know you wanted to bring that up. So these were topics that we wanted to discuss about the team, and they were having a conversation with us and getting our takes on it. So with that being said, this, I don't, people saying, oh, TD, went in on Omar and all this and that. No, I was giving my take, and he was being a journalist, which was to be, give a little pushback just to get like the details out of what I was saying, and things of that nature, and kick back on a few things, and allow me an opportunity to explain. So there wasn't a case of TD outdid Omar, or nothing like that. I know everything's a competition. Um, Everything is seen as a competition, but this conversation really wasn't. It was a vent session. It was a get off session. It was a little rebuttal on certain things, but that's what it was about. That's what this conversation was about, man. And I enjoyed it and I loved it. I really did enjoy the conversation. I just wish it was longer, because there was so much more that we wanted to talk about, that we did talk about backstage. There were some things we couldn't talk about. I said, I want to talk about this too for sure. Oh no, we can't talk about that. No, we can't bring that up. Why? Because hey, we answer to people. Yo, you don't. So I said respect, and I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad you told me that. Now I know that I could be a little bit more reserved in my judgment when I say why they ain't saying this, why they ain't saying that. Because now I know certain things, no, they're not gonna talk about. They will not talk about. And trust me, this is a fact, because I brought up a few and they were like, nope, that's one of them. Nope. All right. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. So that was insightful. That was very insightful. But it was insightful to use responsibly. And I think it was important for me to hear that out of their mouth, because now I don't have to say he's not doing his job or he didn't do this. And now I know where I can be a little more responsible in judging what they do, or for like what they don't do, or whatever it may be. Okay. So that was very interesting. There was one topic in the conversation that I think got lost in translation. And I've been reading Twitter the last 2 days. There's I'll talk about that next. But the conversation about the protocol. The conversation about the protocol, where I told those gentlemen I'll send them proof, in which they didn't believe me. So I just want to clear this one piece up. So there was a question when we were talking about Tua being a leader. He was in the tunnel and all this and that. And they were like, what do you want him to do? He was in the protocol. And I said, was he? First of all, I wasn't making a point of it or anything that shamed Tua. I was just bringing up the point of the protocol situation. Now everybody's trying to label it as, oh, they're making up conspiracies. Oh, these guys did nothing but make up conspiracies in the interview. First of all, I only had one conspiracy in the entire interview, and I prefaced it by saying to you, My belief is a little more sinister. It's a conspiracy, so I don't know if it's right or not. And that was the whole Flores thing. And I actually said it on the interview that I have a conspiracy. I said this is a conspiracy of mine. So people like, oh, they ain't do nothing but bring conspiracies on the show. There was only one conspiracy. And I told you it was a conspiracy on the show. All right. The other one about Tua not being in the concussion protocol, that wasn't a conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen. Even though people out here are trying to label that a conspiracy. I have proven what I said and sent them the facts behind it. By the way, when I said I'll send it to y'all, I'm telling y'all out of his own mouth, he didn't start the process of the protocol until the season was over. They were like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about, y'all, with these conspiracies. And I said, I will send it to y'all. They have it now. They have the video on Radio Row on February the 10th. Tua in front of his subway booth with a lady next to him. They have the video now of Tua out of his own mouth. So all y'all, oh, he making conspiracies. They have it now. Well, not they. Alan does. I sent it to him. Okay. So this notion of, oh, they're making conspiracies, they're trying to make it seem like Tua wasn't and we're going to talk about that, by the way. We're going to talk about that in detail, because the more I thought about it after this whole debacle brought it back up, somebody was lying. Somebody was lying. Yeah, somebody was lying bad. And I don't know if it was Mike McDaniel or who. And I'll break it all down tonight on the show. Okay? I will break it down. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. My bad, y'all. It closed and I'm trying to bring it back up. And I hate this. Y'all give me 1 second. My bad. Hold on. All right, I found it. All right, let me share screen with you guys. So let me show y'all. Let me break it all down. Also share audio tab. Cool. All right, here we go. This is what happened on the show.
He didn't do any press. He didn't. In fact, he didn't even go on a site.
No. This is
Hold on.
When did he actually go in? In the protocol, when did he actually go into it?
Yeah. Hold on.
When did he actually go in? When the season was over?
No, at the day after the
No.
See, Omar just called it. You guys are conspiracy theories. All right.
No. This is a conspiracy.
The day after the Green Bay game, he came in and reported concussion-like symptoms. Got symptom. What did you think? He just quit on the final month of the season?
No, I don't think that. What I'm saying to you is it was
See, I don't think he quit.
very conflicting with the reports about whenever he was in the protocol, but they actually him in his own interview saying that he didn't enter it until after the season. This was his words. That's why I don't know if y'all didn't notice it.
Tua in his own words.
They had no
I'll send it
idea.
to you guys. Tua in his own words. He literally
Omar
said,
don't believe
I'm telling
it.
you, no lie. He literally said, when they were asking him about
Listen to this.
being in the protocol, he actually said out of his own mouth,
I didn't start the
actually
process.
didn't, start the process until the season was over. He said that. I'm telling you guys. I'll
All
send
right.
it to you.
And then, depending on when he quote went into the concussion protocol, it just kept going on and on and on and on. I have had concussions. I've seen players have concussions. We all saw, Kenny Pickett from the Steelers.
Embarrassment and harm to the league and can impact the future players of.
You're on a concussion.
No, you cannot.
What did that mean? Out of the.
Let's move forward with
Tua. Let's move forward with Tua.
There is a lot of conflicting reports and literally out of their own mouth. I was going live like, is he in it or is he not? I'm going live talking about Tua out of his own mouth saying this, and I'm playing the video of him saying it.
Let's move forward with Tua.
All right, so we end up moving forward, because basically they didn't believe that Tua said he didn't start the process until the season was over. Okay, but Alan texted me the very next morning. I'm still waiting on you to send me proof. I don't know where y'all getting this mess from, but let's go to when Tua actually said it. Y'all give me a second. Oh, see, I can't close both of them down. Y'all give me one moment. Give me one moment. Yeah, let me do that. Let me go to my Twitter. That'll be the best thing to do because I sent it to him there. All right, here we go. Present, share screen, Chrome tab, X. All right. Maybe it doesn't allow you. That's why it's another tab now, because I put share screen. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Hopefully it's audio. Can y'all hear this? Let me know.
I know you were in.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear her speaking?
Concussion protocol for a.
Yes or no in the chat? Can you hear her speaking?
For those who don't know.
Yes or no? Can you hear? Did you hear her? We hear it. All right, cool. Here we go.
What was that like for you, and what did you have to go through to get cleared?
Yeah. So for concussion protocol, I think the team did me the biggest service throughout that, and they never allowed me to go through protocol normally until the season was done. So that's why it might have seemed like it took forever, but they were just protecting me from myself, and me and my family are very thankful, to the Dolphins. But it really entailed a lot of exertion, so like running, ocular and vestibular movements, so like balance, proprioception,
all that, all that other stuff. He telling you what it took. But did y'all hear that? But this is what they do. This is what they're all on Twitter. Y'all shouldn't have did the show. All they did is brought conspiracies. Talk about Tua wasn't in the protocol until after the season. What are they talking about? Tua was in the concussion protocol on paper. As soon as they found out he had symptoms, according to the NFL, he was in the protocol. But as you heard when I was on the show, I said he didn't start the process until the season was over. Now, I know why they didn't know that. I know why they didn't know that. Because they're journalists. They only know what they cover. This is Radio Row.
Journalists aren't following Tua around and everything he says and reporting on it. They're reporting on the whole team. They're not chasing Tua. What did he say in that interview? What did he say in that interview? What did he say in that interview? They're not doing that. I am. For my viewers, I'm following everything that everybody says. Just like I keep telling y'all, go listen to the Jerome Baker interview with the difference between Flores and McDaniel. I follow all the players. I listen to everything they say. So when I say something, I can understand why you would think it's a conspiracy theory. This is why so many times when I get in high-level conversations with people, I say something, they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, I'm going off of what's being said. And they're like, bro, you're making stuff up. You're making stuff up. So now people after the collaboration are like, TD brought conspiracy theories. Is it a conspiracy theory to y'all now? Yes or no in the chat? I said the man didn't start his protocol until the season was over. He didn't go through the process until the season was over. And they said, I said, I'll send it to you. I'll tell you no lie, his exact words. And I didn't have it pulled up. I even remembered his exact words when I went on the show. And this is a whole year later, y'all. This is a whole year later. And I remember it all. A whole year later. And I remember doing the stream saying they shut Tua down. And then I was joking when I said he got benched. Or was I joking? Not technically, he did get benched. Because, and let me say this. I'm going to give y'all a little behind stage conversation. I ain't going to go too much into detail. So when the proof was given, it was, well, I see it now, but he wasn't benched or shut down maybe because he must have showed symptoms all the way up until he must have showed symptoms all the way until the season was over. And that's why the process started late. And let me find that video to debunk that. First, let me tell you what I'm gonna find here, because my stuff shut down. I had my tabs lined up and I made a mistake and shut it down. So I just had to find that again. I had to find their video again, and now I go find this one, which is gonna be hard to find. But let me tell you what I'm gonna find first, and then I might honestly decide if I want to find it, which I probably will, because some people want to really see the full receipt. So I will. But it couldn't have been because he was showing symptoms until the season was over and then they started it. Because I remember Tua came out saying that he's ready to play the Buffalo game, but it's the team's decision. Not only that, all you have to do is go back to Mike McDaniel's press conference on Monday before the Buffalo playoff game. Monday before the Buffalo playoff game. We had just played, who was the last game of the season? I don't remember. I think it might have been the Jets or something. We had just played whatever team that was, the last game of the season. And that Monday press conference, or Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, go look at Mike McDaniel's press conference. McDaniel, I think it was Barry Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. He was cornering Mike McDaniel. He was forcing him to answer questions. He said, why is it taking Tua so long to, go through the protocol? Because y'all haven't basically told us what stage he's in the protocol. Is it stage 1, 2, 4, 5? Y'all haven't told us. He said, so what Barry was doing, because they didn't want to tell the stage, Barry started asking questions. And this is Barry Jackson, by the way. He started asking questions to Mike McDaniel. He was like, mentioned the steps of step number 3 is doing this. He didn't say is Tua in step number 3. He named the things that step number 3 allows you to do. Is Tua having contact or something? He named number 3. Mike McDaniel gave this bogus answer just to say at the end, but I can confirm he's not yet doing that. So he asked the follow-up question. He named step 2. He basically asked him, is he working out, getting a sweat, working out on a treadmill or anything like that? And guess what Mike McDaniel said there? He said, well, he gave a long, dumb answer again, but at the end of his answer, he went like this. He gave a vague, well, I've seen him in a room. Like he was talking like this. I've seen him in a room, and when I peek in a room, I think I saw him sweating profusely. So, it looks like he was, working out. I saw him sweating profusely. That's how you know he had no more symptoms. Unless McDaniel lying. Because if you're sweating profusely, that means you're in stage 2 at a minimum. You know why? Stage 1 is just rest. You rest until there's no symptoms. Then you start stage 2. You rest until there's no symptoms. Then you start stage 2. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And this is my speculation. Doesn't make me right. But putting all of this blasphemy together, they got a phone call from the NFL. Shut him down. Don't do nothing. He is done. He is making us look bad. And the Dolphins did. And when the season was over, put him through his protocol now and let's get him cleared. Let him go through his stages, clear him, and let's move to the offseason. We avoided it. We ain't got time for him going through no protocol. Talk about let's play in the playoffs. Nope, shut him down. But conspiracy theory, TD. I'm the conspiracy theorist. No matter if that happened or not, the fact of the matter, what is a fact, is that he didn't start the protocol, his steps of the protocol, until the season was over, his own words. And I just showed the video of him saying that himself out of his own mouth. So all y'all on these platforms saying that I'm a conspiracy theorist, saying he didn't start the protocol till the season was over, he was protocol right away. There's your proof. I literally just provided you the receipt. Do you need to see it again? Do you need to see the receipt again? I knew what I was talking about. I don't say things just to say them. I don't say things just to say them. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the only real contention in the whole interview that made me out to look like a conspiracy theorist. But to those who do watch me, I just showed you clear as day. And a matter of fact, if you haven't seen it, just rewind it 5 minutes and go look at the video of Tua on the screen, repping Subway, when he said out of his own mouth, they were protecting me. I didn't even start the steps of the protocol until the season was over. And I provided the proof like they said to do. But then when I provided the proof, there was this like backtrack of, well, that doesn't mean this or that doesn't mean that. The argument was never about this or that. It was just simply, I'm telling y'all he didn't start the process until the season was over, and y'all call me a conspiracy theorist. So there you have it. All right. So I'm glad that we cleared that up. But overall, at the end of the day, man, when it was all said and done, it was a great conversation. They're two great gentlemen. They're very respectful. And thank you to Omar Kelly. He started out with that ridiculous rumor about me not being a Dolphin fan. He wondered why I had different channels for different teams or whatever. And they gave me the floor and the opportunity to talk through that so people would know. And I tried to tell him that ain't nothing but my haters,
Because what I did realize is my haters have tried everything to get to me and nothing has worked. And that was their last resort to try to make me not a Dolphin fan. But that's not even working now. And I want to say this to all my haters. You don't have to hate me. If I have hurt your feelings in any way, I'm sorry. I truly am. I truly am sorry if I hurt your feelings in the past, one way or another. I am. I don't want to have enemies. I don't want people disliking me. I know I may have gotten my point across aggressive or whatever it may be. But yeah, you don't have to hate me because I don't hate you. I love you. But if you hate that I love you, then that's really something you're gonna have to deal with. Okay. But yeah, we're good, man. We're good. And y'all want to know why I'm saying that? Is because there was this female on Twitter, right? She had put a post and said, "Man, there's so much hate for this guy TD in the chat, and I don't even know who he is. But I just watched the podcast, my first time ever seeing him, and I don't understand why people are hating him. Yeah, I thought it was a great show." And people came at her. And these are some of the things they were saying, y'all. They were like, "You don't understand the hell he put us through for the last 2 years. You don't understand the pain he's caused for the last 2 years." Like, I would have laughed, but they were serious. Like, and I had to realize maybe I shouldn't be laughing. Maybe I'm gonna need people neck for real, for real. Maybe my difference of opinion really hurt them. Like, this guy was dead serious. Like, y'all should see the words he was saying to this lady. "You're part of the problem. Anybody who gives this guy a platform," which I'm gonna address in a second too. "Anybody who gives this guy a platform is part of the problem. What he's put us through in the last 2 years, you don't understand. So don't tell me to chill out. It's not that serious." Like, these people are serious. I have hurt some people. I finally realized that, and for that, I am sorry because it's not that serious. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, I know the only thing that's going to make you feel better is if I pay for hurting your feelings. If I, which some y'all got to also get help and go talk to somebody and try and get help. And that's the thing about today's society. Forgiveness ain't an option. You got to pay for what you've done to me mentally, or like, that's how people feel. You got to pay. We got to figure out a way to get rid of this guy. I'm sorry, man. I don't never want nobody to feel that much. Oh, man. Like, they want you to pay for the pain. And like, oh my gosh, he called you not good. Like, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they're going through. But I do realize now that my words have really stabbed people. Like, my words have like, I don't know what it is. But I'm sorry. It ain't that serious, at least for me, and maybe for you. And for that, I'm sorry. And I'm serious when I say I'm sorry, because I don't want things to be that serious for you. If I'm really hurting you like that, I'm sorry. Block me, mute me, do all you can. And I want to, if I can help you, I will. If you want to reach out to me and say, "TD, can you please block me so that I don't even, I don't know. But I'm sorry. So sorry. Man. But yeah, but let me address this notion of people giving me a platform. Y'all need to stop that mess. I have my own platform. And I'm humble when it comes to my platform because my platform isn't anything without every single one of y'all watching right now. But to get mad at Omar and Alain for having us on their show, saying you're giving them a voice in the community, ladies and gentlemen, I already have a voice in the community. Stop getting mad at them for collaborating to hear different views. No man can give me a platform. God gave me this platform. God gave me any success that has come with it. God has tested me with any failures that have come with it and the things that I've learned from it. Please stop getting mad at other people and comparing me to other people. I am not, let me say this boldly, and everybody hear me. Nobody listening right now is exempt. I am in competition with no one. If you are in competition with me, then technically you're in competition with God because I move as he moves me. I am not in competition with anyone. I'm not counting how many likes I got. I'm telling you to hit it because I know the algorithm spikes on it. I'm not in competition with how many subscribers I got. I'm not in competition with any of those things. I don't even care about those things anymore. The only thing that I care about are those who support me, number one. And number two, my ability to thank God for all the opportunities he gives me. I hope every person that does what I do pass me, get the notoriety, get more opportunities than me, because some make more money than me, be a blessing for others like I try to do. I don't brag nor boast, but I do uplift all the things God has done for me and let people know that he did it. So when I say that I got a new show on BetUS TV, I'm not stunting on nobody. It's an opportunity for me to tell y'all how good God is. But you gotta, but you gotta know what he did for me for you to see that. When Bleacher Report hooked me up and filled my roster in a month in a way that you couldn't imagine, I get to say thank you, God, to the public. Spread his name. So I don't compete with nobody. I'm not competing with none of y'all. You watching right now, I ain't compete with you. Creators, I ain't competing with you. I am just sitting here doing what I do, trying to thank God every chance I get because he has blessed me with the opportunity to be able to take care of my family as a man and be able to provide for all 6 of my children as a man, because I haven't always been able to do this in my life. Things haven't always been great in my life. So I am beyond grateful. And guess what? I have so much faith, and that's one of the biggest things I practice every day is my faith. I have so much faith now. I'm expecting for it all to be taken away so I could still uplift the name of God. Take it all away. Be broke. We about to go under a bridge. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. So I'm not getting into all of that extra stuff. I'm not. Okay. I'm not. That's why there's sayings. You can tell a tree by the fruits it bear. All of those things. And I just thank God for giving me fruit. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you. Now, since I'm proclaiming his name, they're not going to send my notifications out next week, but I'm just saying, thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. But no, man, I was serious about that. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's how I live my life, and that's how I operate. And I haven't always been this way. Y'all know me. Go back 2-3 years ago. I'm all up in the fray. What they say? Who said what? Y'all know me. I was in it. Ah, man, I ain't got time for this stuff no more. No, man. No. You gotta grow up, you live and you learn, and you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm just trying to deliver great content. And I don't even deliver great content, man. I mean, I try to do the best I can, and there's some guys out here delivering some great content, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I've made a dedication to myself to step up my production and stuff this year, man. I'm saving up some cash right now to get me, a new laptop that can handle more, handle more systems at once where I don't lag out. About to invest in a soundboard so I can get sound effects and stuff like that. I'm about to, try to upgrade my stuff, man. Let me tell y'all something that y'all don't know in the creator community, because I know a lot of creators. I have an agent, and and we link with a lot of creators and stuff. So everybody like amazed and shocked, like, how have you had the success you've had and you don't even do thumbnails? Because in the creator world, thumbnails are everything. It's what helps you grow. It catches people's eyes and all of that. And I just be hitting that live button. The only time I do thumbnails in the summer when my daughter out of school and I give her a summer job to every video I make a thumbnail and just put it up. Something for her to do. I don't got nothing for her to do, but I'm trying to teach her responsibility and work. So that's the only time I do. But yeah, that's a thing in the community where this guy, I don't know how he don't do thumbnails and stuff, but he makes it work. But yeah, but that's thanks to y'all. Somebody said if it ain't broke. No, Billy, it ain't broke, but you can still make it better. You can still make it better. And I want to try to make my production better and stuff. So I want to be able to do scenes and everything. So, over the next few months, I'm going to, invest in maybe another computer. And then, over the next month, I'm going to try to get me a soundboard, and upgrade some stuff, man. I've been rocking with this stuff for like 2-3 years now. I did a big haul back then, 3 years ago. And now I feel like I need to go to a whole nother level. So I want to be able to, have a good production when I have shows. So I want to let y'all know what's coming up for TD Phins Talk moving forward. This is the off season, but I'm about to get into my off season schedule. I do have a company that I'm a part owner of, Roundtable Sports, so that has taken a lot of my time. But just so you know, for TD Phins Talk channel, this is what my off-season schedule is going to look like for the most part. Wake Up with TD in the morning will be coming back. I will have the morning show for 1 hour every morning. It might be before some of y'all wake up. It might be during some of y'all waking up, or some of y'all might already be on your way to work, but it will be early morning. I will have an hour show, Wake Up with TD in the morning. All right. And we'll talk NFL, by the way, and it'll be on my channel right here on TD Phins Talk. Okay. We're going to try to do film studies every day at 1:30 to 2:30. We're going to get a game in and do 3 parts of it. We'll do, 3 parts. We already did the Chiefs game, part 1, 2, 3. We'll do the Bills game, part 4, 5, 6, and we're going to keep it going for the off season. All of these that I'm telling you are Monday through Friday. Okay. CB83 said the morning shows were the days. Yeah, I'm bringing it back, man. Bringing it back. All right. Then I got to go over to BetUS TV at 3:00 every day to 4:00 for the Huddle show with me, Dan, and Richie. So y'all check that out if you can. But I'm gonna do live shows on this channel on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Okay, live shows from about 8:30 to 10. I'm gonna do my first 45 minutes to an hour monologue, going through the things I want to go through. In the last 30 to 45 minutes, I'm gonna drop the link to bring people in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The time should be about 8:30 to 10 on Tuesdays. In the basket. 8:30 to 10 on Tuesdays, and like 8 to 9:30 on Thursdays. So in that realm, okay? Now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm starting my new podcast. Okay? I'm going to be starting my new podcast. All right? The name of my podcast is Tony Dow. It's me. It's who I am. It's who I am. We will be talking about any and everything. It will not be sports related unless there's some news in sports worthy of talking about that the masses would want to hear. It will be my personal podcast, me talking about different things in the world, what's going on currently. And also I'm going to have a mailbox for it, for things that people want me to give my thoughts on. So I'm going to have an official podcast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. Now, this podcast is going to go from 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. It's a late nighter. It's going to be a 10 o'clock, to 11:30 p.m. I'm going to get into the super chats in a second. Okay. So FYI, I will be starting my very own podcast called Tony Dow. Just who I am. Okay. I'm excited about it because sometimes I want to remove myself from sports. But yeah, said TDJs. No, it's just me talking about any and everything with TD. But yeah, Billy said just sub. What'd you sub to the my podcast channel? Did I give you that? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Y'all give me one moment, okay? Sorry, guys, had to help the wife real quick. Yes, I just man, do I have that up? Let me see something. Do I have that up on my page? Oh, yeah, it is on my front page. Tony Dow Podcast. Oh, I didn't know it was on my page. Let me copy it. Here y'all go. You can go sub to this now. I just put it in the chat, I think. Let me double check. I don't know if it hyperlinked. Let me turn my mic down so because I be so loud. All right. Yeah, it did hyperlink. So yeah, I'm gonna launch. Yes, that's the link. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put it one more time. So if you want to subscribe to the podcast, it's the Tony Dow podcast. Um, you can subscribe to it. I'm gonna be talking any and everything, some funny stuff, some ratchet stuff, some world stuff, even politics. So, and let me say this to those who are watching me right now: I don't shy away from my thoughts on things. Okay. But one thing I typically don't do is really take sides. But I don't shy against my opinion on matters. So if you don't want to hear me discussing anything political either, then don't subscribe to the channel. Not saying that I'm gonna be talking political stuff all the time, but if somebody sends me in the mailbag, what's your thoughts on this and it's political, I'm gonna give my thoughts. That's what my podcast is for. It's any and everything with TD. It was gonna be named Any and Everything with TD, but I thought let me go ahead and let my name be who I am, Tony Dow. So yeah. Um Subscribe to it without watching. No, you don't have to. I don't, if you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch. If you're not, you don't have to waste your time. Again, you gotta understand. I don't I mean, I may tell people if you're new to the channel, subscribe and all that, but I don't chase subscribers. I just do what I know that I'm supposed to do by letting you know, giving you the invitation to subscribe. Subscribe right now if you want to. I don't chase subscribers. I put the work in and let God do the rest. And if I see it's not fruitful, it may be because he don't want me doing it. And if I see it's fruitful, he's blessing what I'm doing. So that's how I operate in life. So I just put the work in, and I bury the seed, and I water it with my continuous work, and he has to determine if he's gonna let that come out the ground or not. So I'm gonna enjoy it. A moment where I get to lax and bring out personality even more as a person. Yeah. TD, what is your thoughts on when Omar said, "Trust me, it's the organization, not Greer"? That was an interesting comment. It was an interesting comment, but I think you're already looking at it the wrong way. Remember, he was correcting me to not use Chris Greer's name. It's the organization. It didn't sit well with him for me to use Chris Greer's name. Just like when we were backstage and I was saying I wanted to talk about certain names, you were like, no. So that's what I think, my thoughts about what that was about. And when I said to be politically correct, the organization, there you go. That works. That's what I believe. That's what that is. Okay. Okay. TD is about to crack craniums and fertilize brains. We'll see. They can't say certain things. I mean, you got to understand, people got to do their job. You're in somebody's house every day, interviewing them. If you start writing articles about how dysfunctional they are, they may not want you in their house anymore. So you got to understand that. But this is why I kick back on people when they try to say things like, you don't have any credibility. You're not them. I digress. TD, what is your thoughts on Doug and Barry thing? I addressed that at the beginning of the show. Just go back and watch it. I don't really want to get into it again. But yeah, TD put Omar in his place on national television. TD, they have limitations. You don't. They're compromised. You aren't. It's not an insult to say they have limitations on what they can, how deep they can go on things. It's not an insult to them. So, but you're correct, they do, and I don't. And you're right, it does compromise them as far as, in my opinion, journalism. I mean, how much can you really report? Y'all know journalism, you should be able to report any and everything freely, but you got to understand, the way society works today, they can still report openly and freely, but why deal with the consequences? And those consequences could ultimately just lose you your job too. They don't want you in the building. Now your job is like, what we need you for. We can't get you in the building, So, yeah. Oh no, TD got limitations too. His subscribers, trust me, all about the money. Here we go with this money thing again. I'm not addressing that again. We've already had that conversation. Yes, I make money doing this. Thank you, God. Yes, people bless me with donations so I can provide for my family. Yes. Thank you, God. And thank you to those who bless me. I mean, this is a subject we keep bringing up, but there's nothing to actually hide. There's nothing to hide. All streamers want to make money. Let's keep it real. It's not true. When I started this channel, I could care less about money. I started this channel for a very specific reason, and I've accomplished that reason, and I continue to accomplish it every day. I was just shocked at the potential and opportunity that the money is. I didn't know that it could be this. I was actually shocked. I was shocked. Tua should get his money because fan reaction sells, not wins. Why you think the most popular WWE superstars become champs? Owner in it for money, not fans. Yeah. I agree with that. If I was in it for the money, yeah, that's what I would be doing. I would be keeping Tua. If I'm in it to actually legitimately win a Super Bowl, whole nother story. Whole nother story. Kirk Cousins, you like that? Trade Tua to Minnesota. I thought about that driving home yesterday from my business retreat. I was like, what if? Like, for real, what if we did get Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings traded for Tua? Back with Flores. Man, I hit that live button and have 30,000 people waiting on me to come in. I hit that live button in that 3.5-minute song. I've been waiting on the sideline for a long time. I had 30,000 people in here waiting to see my reaction. Oh, back to Flores. Man, I have what? What? Oh my God. Oh man, that would be so funny, but no, man, they ain't even no. Listen, man, Tua's our guy. We sticking with Tua. If you can get better, you get better. If you can't, then Tua's our guy. It's that simple, man. And you try to continue to see what you can do good around him. Whew. Somebody said, I see you have a lot of haters. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I knew I had a lot, but I did underestimate how many until we did that collab. I underestimated how many until we did that collab. I underestimated until we did that collab. TD, what's on the horizon for Roundtable Sports? How did the meeting go in Miami? It went great. What's on the horizon? I can't really discuss in detail. I can't discuss in detail. And it sucks because I can't discuss why I can't discuss in detail at this very moment. So, but we're progressing forward, and we got some cool launches and things that we want to do going in the next season. And I could tell you up front now, right now we're at the stage and the goal is to truly just get all 8 roundtables going for every division. That's first before we get into the high level things for the future that we have planned. Yeah. So that's where we are right now. Let me see here. AB said, TDPhinsTalk admin. I ain't talking about you. You ain't a creator. You an employee. Actually, AB, TDPhinsTalk admin is a creator. A lot of the stuff you see is created by TDPhinsTalk admin. And TDPhinsTalk admin is not an employee. TDPhinsTalk admin is somebody that's been dedicated to helping see the channel succeed, does not get an hourly wage or anything of that nature. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I would tread lightly. With what you say to TDPhinsTalk admin, because TDPhinsTalk admin is responsible for a great part of the success of this channel and the things that we've been doing on a bigger and better basis, optimizing what we've been doing on this channel. So be careful, AB. I've tolerated AB for a long time, but now you're stepping on toes. I'm just saying. And y'all shout out to TDPhinsTalk admin in the chat, because it's hard to find great help. And when you do, you cherish that. And I'm appreciative of you, of my brother that does a lot of behind the scene work, and doesn't ask for anything. And just been nothing but a blessing. And that's why I ain't gonna get to that. But yeah. So those accusations were completely false. All right, just FYI. I know you be messing around, AB. I take 0% of revenue from this channel. This channel, I be putting on the resume. Yes. We'll be putting it on the resume. And you know what? This is what I be talking about right here, man. Oh, I can't wait to start this podcast, because I'll be talking about stuff just like this. Young ambition. How you should be raising your kids to actually be going after stuff, doing all the small stuff to set up your future in your life. That's what I see in the homie. And I'm not going to go into detail of who it is or nothing like that. That's his private business, but that's what I see. Entrepreneurship, drive, leadership capabilities, literally putting in the work, doing things without pay to get the experience and show, building relationships. Please. Y'all teach your kids and yourselves that's the type of stuff that gets you far in life. That's the type of stuff that gets you far in life. So shout out to my brother. And I'm just making sure I don't go into any detail. But yeah, man, trust me. If you knew all the details, then you would be what's the way to put it? You would be proud of this man and what he's doing. All right. Because it's missing in so many communities today, especially my community, being an African American. Now I'm podcasting now. Especially in the African American community, you can't find young young people that have this type of drive and actually putting the work in early. You don't. Doing what it takes. Dang, it's so much I want to say, but I can't. But anyway, yeah. I think TDPhinsTalk admin should make appearance on the show. That's totally up to him. That's up to him. You know, yeah. The same people who wanted to have gone and the same ones that wanted Flores gone, and now they want Flores back. Shake him out. Oh man. Way too many sour people these days online. Yeah, I don't know. Get him on the show, TD. I mean, that's up to him. Y'all gotta understand. He can come on anytime he wants. He knows that. But I think he just chilling doing his thing, you know. And if he ever decide he want to, I'm sure I would have him on. That's totally up to him. There you go, TD. The same way you take the time attempting to teach this fan base about how to really support this franchise by demanding better and not mediocrity. Blessings. Yes, sir. Exactly. No, you're good, Vincent. You're good. TD, you talking about God in the podcast. We need to inspire men to be more godly, bro. They teaching men to be soft and weak. Mike, it'll be tons of that in the podcast because, you know, the podcast also is going to be addressing culture. I'm going to be talking a lot about culture and things of that nature. We got some real good conversations. You know, we don't have to be all politically correct, but we want to try to give factual information as much as we possibly can while entering our own, you know, swag, attitude, and demeanor into the conversation. That's what we're going to be doing on the podcast. And sometimes I'll, you know, bring people in and chop it up with them live. So we will. Hey, for real, God bless you, TD. Thank you, brother. I love you. Shout out to Manny. What's up, brother? TD, in my opinion, very exposed DDW and reason, and it's crazy to think. If he said, in my opinion, all right, that's your opinion. I don't have a strong opinion on this matter. How is weak and soft ungodly? We receive strength from God. Q said, Michael, how is weak and soft ungodly? We receive strength from God. I think that's solely a context thing. You know, maybe it's a good thing you asked, you know, maybe he'll clarify in the chat. But I understand what he was saying. But now he needs to explain that to you and see if we're on the same page. But yeah. It pays to pay attention. It pays to pay attention. Yeah, it does. It reminds me of that quote, though, which is a contradiction. If the best things in life are free, then why do we pay attention? If the best things in life are free, then why do we pay attention? Bar. Straight bar. TD, every podcast you do is blessing. Don't realize it, but you helping other people as well and opening up their minds. Yeah. I hope so. I'm just trying to put the work in, and I'm just trying to put the work in. I'm just trying to put seeds in the ground and lean on God to not water them because I got to keep putting the work in, to water it and do everything, but just lean on Him to let it get out the ground and let it get branches and limbs and all that good stuff. All right. You entertain, you should make money. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. I speak to some of my sponsors sometimes and they be like, man, because I recommend sponsors. Like when I get a sponsor, I'll tell them, hey, go check this guy, that guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. Give them a list of a lot of people these are all people that, you may be able to help out or whatever, and, partner with, and so some of them have gotten partnerships that way. Don't even know I'm the reason. Some do though. But sometimes they'll hit me up, be like, no, I don't want to work with none of them. I only want to work with you because I have some of them and they don't have the shows you have. They don't have the engagement. They don't have the enthusiasm. They don't have the blah, 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 blah. And it's humbling hearing that, it's humbling hearing that because it makes me feel like I am doing something good though. I am entertaining and having fun. And the crazy thing is people say, man, you entertaining to watch you funny. I don't be trying to be funny. I just be trying to be natural, like have fun. People think I be putting on a show. The only show that I put on is trying to support Tua at the beginning of every Sunday game. It ain't a show because I'm actually trying, but I do it live. All right, come on, Tua. Let's have a good game. Fresh start. I mean, that's the only thing that's a show because I don't want to be showing. I want to just sit there and be like, he better get it together today. That's what I really, the only show that I put on be, come on, Tua. All right, this your fresh start. Because me, for real, I'll be saying some words, be like, man, he better with it today. He better do something right. I ain't. So I try to be positive on the show. And by the third quarter, it's over. At least in the big games, right? Whatever. Nah, it ain't in the big games. He be bumming up some of the bad ones too. But just not this year. He did better against bad teams this year. And I was grateful for that. Right. But yeah, that's about it, man. But I be having fun, man. I be having fun. I don't be trying to fake this or fake that. Right before every play, I try to ignore the chat because I don't want y'all to tell me what happens. And then I'll look after it happened. After I react to it. But yeah, man. TD made that show. Omar and Alain were born saying that they always say no. I will say this. It was a great show. It's coming up on 12,000 views. And do y'all know how many people were all up in the like Twitter and stuff? This is one show I would not be watching. I wouldn't dare. Like so many. I'm telling you, at least about 5,000 of their regular subs said, nope, I ain't watching it. I'm not, like, they were like, I'm not gonna watch this. And just to even get to 12,000 views, because it's like 11,900 and something last I saw, just to get to like 12,000 views, knowing how many people resent me and they said that they weren't gonna watch it. Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty good, but it got the most comments of any video. I mean, the thing got almost 1,000 comments. The thing got almost 1,000 comments. Somebody sent me a screenshot of how many comments was in it, but this person was being messy because they were trying to compare it to another show they did with like 300 comments. So people send me stuff all day, all the time. Every time my name being mentioned out on these streets, people send me stuff. And I just be like, hey, they talking about you. And I just reply, what's new? What's new? Oh, man. I'm used to it. So, but yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I just love your real talk about the Dolphins. I'm gonna be honest. And then, y'all, I always tell y'all, it don't make me right. I'm just giving you what I think. It don't make me right. And if I end up being wrong, I'll be like, oh, I wasn't right about that. It ain't a big deal. Oh, man. All right, let me hit this. Hey, TD, could you catch me up with what's going on? Just rewind it, bro. I mean, we've been all over the place. You know how these streams go. You know how I am. We've been all over the place, bro. I could vouch for that. TD has supported me whenever he was available. Much respect, TD. Love you, fam. Shake Money, salute to you, brother. Always. If I got the time, you got the time. So you already Shake Money, no. He knows for sure. For sure. TD, when are we getting TD Celtics talk? It ain't coming. I ain't doing no TD Celtics talk. I was just trolling somebody recently, like TD Celtics talk coming. What do you think about the Barry and Dudley beef? I don't think. I talked about it early in the show, bro. Frankie said, TD, when you did the show with Omar and Poop, did you guys talk before the taping as far as what the topics were going to be, or did you guys just wing it? Now, we talked before briefly though, because I came in backstage and we were there. They were asking me, about my personal life and all that. I was telling them who I was, and we were back and forth about some stuff. And yeah, we were back there chopping it up for like 15, 20 minutes because one was running late, so we were chopping it up. Yeah, we start talking about stuff. And I was like, if we get an opportunity, I definitely love to talk about that. No, we ain't talk about that. No, we staying away from that. We staying away from that person. No. I'm like, why? No, we staying away, which I won't repeat. But okay, well, I appreciate y'all telling me. Let me know. All right, I get it now. But and that was a few, and then after that, the things that we did say, I told him Chris Greer is a fraud, Mike McDaniel a potential fraud, and Omar was like, wait, don't do it. Wait for the show. So just certain things like that. So they some of it was free. Some of it was free. Some of it was, just off the cuff. But there were like 2 or 3 topics where I kind of brought up backstage. Because y'all gotta understand, me and Poupart, we agree on like 90% of the stuff. Me and Omar actually agree on like 90% of the stuff. We just don't agree on. Matter of fact, here's the funny thing. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Me and Omar do agree on Tua, but like I called out in the show, y'all gotta understand Omar. Omar is funny to me because this is what Omar does. He knows all Tua issues. He don't shy away from the issues, but it's how he brushes them off. Like, you'll talk about the Tua issues and be like, and he can't do this. Yeah. But you know what? And then he'll just move it along. Like, he don't want to sit there and really just say, yeah, Tua ain't good at it. Like, he will, though. He'll tell you to your face, but he'll also do it in a defending way. I don't like it's a particular thing he does where he agrees with you just to move on to the next thing, and then go on Twitter and all in the universe type in Tua's about to be a franchise guy today. And Tua's that, like, man, listen, man, I'm telling y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, it's genius. He can tell you the truth about how bad Tua is while making you think that he's supporting the fact that he's going to be great at the same time. It's genius. I'm actually like, dang. That's how I feel about it. That's what he do. It's literally like he telling you all Tua flaws, and not did he disagree with the stuff I was saying about Tua? Did he disagree with throwing outside the numbers, processing the field? He tried to bring up that one read stuff, so I hit him with the no read. And then I told him about the manipulating safeties. He actually ain't going through reads, and Poupart was like, see? But he didn't really, I guess the only time we really went back and forth, he tried to tell me about the salary cap. I'm sorry. You can't go on your own show and tell everybody that you have a salary cap guru because you don't know the salary cap very well like that, and you lean on him for information, and then try to tell me how the salary cap go when I study the salary cap. I know how to manipulate it. I know what you need to do to manipulate it. So that was the only really contention in the whole thing, was him trying to tell me how you going to afford Kirk Cousins. I could bring Kirk Cousins in this building right now and don't pay more than $15 million for both years on a 2-year deal, and then pay it all on the back end if I want. That's easy. But you got to realize you're going to be shot on the back end. And then I gave him the example. I said, go look at Tom Brady contract. Why were the Bucs having a $35 million cap hit this year when Baker Mayfield was the quarterback? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a $35 million Tom Brady cap hit this year, and he wasn't even on the team. You can do the same thing with Baker. I mean, you can do the same thing with Kirk Cousins in Miami. Go look at Aaron Rodgers' contract. That's what they already have done. They in trouble after he gone. They going to be spending, unless you can find a quarterback, which I was shocked that Baker was able to play at a high level and win a playoff game, making $4 million a year. So that was the only contention in the whole thing between me and him. And no, I had to give it to him on that one. But yeah, man. The show. No, I don't think he's saying Ross is meddling. I already explained this. I just think it was more so stop name dropping Greer. Okay. Because remember, he said nothing you're saying, you're wrong. You're not wrong. Remember when he said that at that moment? He said nothing you're saying is wrong. You're right about everything you're saying right now, but the organization. So I just think it was really about the name drop, because I was very direct. When we were backstage, I was calling names. Like, oh, come on, man. Come on. Like, I think I was calling names. And I think that's where the area of contention comes. Okay. Yeah. What about the leadership part? How Poot reacted. What about it? I don't remember how Alan reacted about the leadership part. I think when I said he's a leader, but he ain't the type of leader that, you want him to be to lead the charge. And I think he agreed on that. Yeah. Let me see something. All right, we got it. Yeah, so TD, my favorite part of the show was when you told Omar, blink if they holding you hostage. Oh man, did they leave the door open to do another episode? I don't know. I mean, I don't need to per se do another episode. I just wanted to be able to do it once and say, hey, we did what you all wanted. If they ever call to do one, they're no different than anybody in the community. Yeah, if the time worked for me, I'm there. And if they never call to do another one, just doing what we do anyway. But we never really went into any detail about hey, let's do something in the future or nothing. I just gave those guys their props for even opening the door to do that. I told them, what they're doing is amazing. I also told them I was shocked, because I used to say 4 years ago, like, not to be disrespectful, but in my mind, I was like, DB writers are stupid. Like, not to be disrespectful right now, but in my mind, that's how I kind of feel like, what is wrong with them? They sitting here writing these articles. Start a freaking YouTube channel. What is y'all doing? And just to see those two wisen up to of doing that, when they first did it, I was like, thank you. They finally get it. They finally get it. And there was an X's and Omars in the past, but that kind of came out on the it felt like, I don't know if it came out on YouTube or I don't know, but they should have been doing this. Like, but they're gonna grow fast. You know, they'll get to 50,000 subs 2 years from now. You know, it should take them 3 years to get to 50,000 subs. Yeah, it shouldn't take them that long because they're going to have that natural belief of, like, people are going to have the natural belief that they're the go-to. So that's why I was always confused why they're not leveraging the fact that people give them the benefit of the doubt no matter what. People like me, you got to earn people's trust in knowing what you're talking about. But it's hard for people like me to, you know, I got to earn it one person at a time. It's hard to earn it because I could say something that you think is outlandish at first because you've never heard, you know, and then next thing you know, 6 months later, you be like, dang, he said that and it was actually exactly what happened. You know, I just got to keep on giving you my thoughts and making sure they align with the data and hope that it works out and proves that way for people to start to view me as credible. They're going to automatically get the credibility regardless if they're good journalists or not. They're going to automatically, you know, it's like me starting my Tony Dow podcast. Shannon Sharp is going to get to 1 million in 30 days. It might take me 10 years to get to 1 million. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how that works, you know. Those guys will be blowing up fast and quick, and I'm glad they're doing that because they can see. And I hope it gets to the point to where they can potentially step away from saying, I don't want to do that writing anymore. I mean, I've created, you know, a talk show that kills, you know, what I'm getting with the writing. You know, I hope that or, you know, maybe they stick with it just to have that access. I don't know, but they have options. So that's what's good for them. And I'm proud that they're doing that because you got to utilize, as business people, you got to utilize your options. So they have the perfect options. For me, like literally to get in that room, I would need to go to all the community events next year and cover them. And then get access to the locker room because I actually have media credentials for the Miami Dolphins. I'm on their media list, but only for the community events. You know how they do the cancer runs and the bike runs, or they go to this middle school. Every week I'm getting an email from the head of the media department saying, giving me, hey, this is the event for this week, basically, and RSVP if you can come. So that's what the media get, and you RSVP, and I can go to this player will be there, that player will be there. I can go to all the community events, but that's because one of the people that I know within the organization went through the ladder and got me connected. And they said, okay, we could give them access, but let's start here first before we give, because we don't know this person. But since it went up the chain of command with the people that I know, that's how that happened. So, and I've already showed proof of that years ago. But yeah, I can go to community events, but as soon as I got that access, COVID hit. I was going to do it too. I I had already told my wife, I'm going to do it. Every single event, and they sent me like 20 events that year. But I didn't do a single one because that's when COVID hit. And then some of them were getting canceled anyway because of it. But they had some where they weren't canceled, but, you know, they had their requirements for media, you know, with COVID and stuff like that. But I never went to one of them. I still get the emails to this day. So, but I did also realize I don't need to. I don't need to sit in the locker room and ask a player a question because they're going to kick me out of there fast because they know what they can ask and what they can't ask, and I don't need to waste my time. And matter of fact, here's the funny thing. Almost 90, 95% of every interview throughout the year is recorded anyway. There is an audio or a video anyway. So we're going to get it anyway. We're going to get it anyway. The only ones that's not is like after the game, the locker room stuff up in their face and all that stuff. Sometimes those are. So I didn't need to. I didn't need to invest in driving down every week and going to that stuff. I don't need them credentials at this point. Yeah, I wouldn't last in there anyway because I'd be asking the real questions. And I wouldn't last anyway because I'm too honest. They'll hate me in that locker room. They'll hate me in that locker room. They'll be talking bad about me in that locker room. You remember when Stephen A. Smith was going in some of them locker rooms and they were cussing at him and stuff? I don't know if y'all know that, but yeah, go look it up. Stephen A. Smith in them locker rooms. Certain things they say players don't like. But yeah, yeah, that was it. You guys just swing it. Shout out to T-Zone, ABK, just became a member of the channel, and Tyshawn Chisholm. Salute to both of you guys. I appreciate y'all becoming members, basically saying that you're going to support the channel on a monthly basis with the membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome. You ain't always agree with me, but let time tell. Ask me why, before you get mad. And if you don't like the reason why, just, hey, I ain't always right. But I try my very best to give you good sound information. All right. Let me see here. Okay. Got it. All right. ABAB, I'm a TD fanboy. TD, would you ever join ESPN for the right price? I mean, yeah. For the right price. Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll pray about it. And if I get a message one way or another that tells me no, then that's different. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Stephen TD Smith? Nah, just TD, Tony Dow. But yeah, I'll be on there. I'll do a good job too. As long as it lasts. It'll be whatever it is, man. But yeah. You never know what the future holds. But I'll say this, my goal is to build something just as big, if not bigger. I gotta understand, I never limit myself. Would I go on ESPN? Yeah, I would. But in the back of my mind, or build it, or build an ESPN. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, I gotta go. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Again, this stream is being powered by BetUS. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, take advantage of the new promotion, your opportunity to receive a 125% bonus on the next 3 deposits. Okay. All you have to do is put code JOIN125. The details are already below in the chat. Take advantage of that. All right. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. And like I told you guys earlier, all the future odds are already listed in the NFL for next year. They got the draft odds. They literally have who's going to win the Super Bowl next year odds, everything. It also has the casino as well for those who like the slots, blackjack, all that good stuff. They also have the race book, everything on BetUS. All right. Again, supporting the sponsors, supporting the channel. Make your first deposit, get that bonus, and the 2 deposits after that. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. And shout out to the homie, TDPhinsTalk admin, for doing all the big time stuff on this channel, including the new outro. Peace. We out. I was done. You thought I was done. I know some people just left, but they thought I was done. And I got a message. Hey, you forgot my super chat. I just saw it. Glenn said more of these content creators on here need to sign up for the Dolphins Roundtable and get involved. Yeah, I mean, we're going to start bringing on more people for the Dolphins Roundtable. Me, CB83, and Doug will decide, who else can come on the show, and we can have a good conversation with. All right. It takes incompetence at every level to not win a playoff game in 25 years, including the media. Woo! That is a powerful thing you just said, and I can't debate it. You are correct. Man, you are correct. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. But shout out to TDPhinsTalk admin who created the new outro.